Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. I got my finger on the Z button, I'm ready! Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Why? Greetings, my beautiful viewers. I am the Hunter of Comedy, and welcome back to The Letter. So, last time, we had another creepy moment where, crazy help me lady was literally, in the window, and something I noticed, going back and looking over the footage. I noticed that only when you start to say things like, "No, I can't help you," does she turn violent. So it's possible that if we help her out, maybe she just won't kill us, but I don't know at this point. I really have no idea. All I know is that shaking chandelier is still really creepy, and yeah, this whole place definitely has the Roman Catholic vibe, but either way, we now have the very difficult decision of, what are we gonna tell to Ash? Right now, I need to thank him in the best way I know. And like I said last time, I like this guy, he's cool. But I think, you can be nice when you're trying is the best option here. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, that's just showing my updates, okay. I close the short distance separating us and give him a light punch on his arm. The gesture, familial, in place of phrases one can't spin together or answers too early to seek out.
See, you can be pretty nice when you're trying.
I am nice.
No, you're not.
When you're sleeping, but thanks for this.
Don't go losing it. It brings bad luck if you do.
Did you just give away yours and now you have bad luck? That was not the best decision, bro.
Wait, are you serious?
I knew there's a catch. This asshole.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? Oh, I should have known.
Not entirely, but seriously, if anything happens, tell me. I'll be around.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. He's back to teasing me, back to our usual routine, back to what we're comfortable with. But for all that, I believe in him. I just hope I can keep them safe. Keep them safe. A light wind blows, sending dried leaves swirling and the distant smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Oh. Why the sudden silence there? Well, let's check this out. Professor Clark, Ashton Frey, and Maria Isabella Gracia Cruz Santos met up at a coffee house to discuss the rumors surrounding the mansion. The professor warned the young woman not to take everything at face value. Before parting ways at the park, Ashton gave Isabel a charm that supposedly wards off evil to help put her mind at ease. That was nice of him. This weird couple frozen in time is still weird to me. The cat's name is Beruthiel? At least that's what it says. At least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows the way he switches his tail and his eyes follow my hand movements. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, but to be honest, I wasn't the picture of grace when he found me after all. When did we find a cat? Apparently, I just have this cat now. It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have bought all these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
You're right. Why are you arguing with a cat? Isabella, this seems like a very, very bad idea. Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad. Even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Well, where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? I mean, that's what a collar is for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets.
Most don't.
I tried to bring one home before. A cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small package of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put it in my mouth, he meows. You're not supposed to give cats sugar! My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him wearily. He sniffs it once, twice, 3 times before.
Baruthia!
Oh! Oh! It's her cat! Like a good, properly trained pet, Baruthiel. She said Baruthia. Baruthiel. Responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCulloch is hard to miss. Well, what with her height?
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
She? All this time I thought... I mean, like, you don't have to be a bitch about it, Miss McCulloch. The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, a meeting like this doesn't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Talk about her cat or talk about her job? Let's talk about her cat. I like the cat. Did my approval ratings... Marianne went down because I talked about her cat? At least it's not below the set value. That's fine. I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
You're right. You're not doing well for yourself.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Oh, back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it and...
Nothing has happened to me so far.
So far? Displeasure is evident on her face. I really should have talked about the job. Oh well, I'm not going back to change my choices. Even though I really want to. Like her right now. Oh, of course, I've forgotten that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. Here you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so? It is good to see you again, Santos.
A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the Wrights. I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion. The
letter. The one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCulloch that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real! She is not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCulloch.
I hasten to pick all the bags I've left on the bench. It should be to pick up all the bags I left on the bench, and ran as far as my legs could take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardice. Yeah. Well, Ashton really likes me. Luke and Hannah are okay with me. Zachary is good in my book. My popularity with her went down a bit, but I'll be fine. I picked the wrong thing. I thought about talking about her cat would be nice. While looking after a lost cat, Isabella Santos met the interior designer, Marianne McCulloch, by chance. She also happened to be the cat's owner. The two were having small talk before Isabella abruptly left. Food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background. I was wondering why it was so loud. But what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Wait, what? Oh my god, no! What? Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Oh my god! No! Rose is dead? I mean, it's funny, I joked about her dying, but holy fuck, man! Oh no! This is bad. This is very bad. Wait, she was found yesterday? Why would she have been found yesterday? She would have been found today. Because we saw her yesterday. What? No. No! This isn't what I want! This isn't supposed to happen! None of this is supposed to happen! No one's supposed to die! Those are just stories, right? Legends! That's what everyone kept telling me, so why? And Immediately I rush to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings to it as soon as I touch its edges. Pieces of folded paper, a letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not long ago and she was okay. No, No! It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and... A sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. Oh my god. One after another they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands are shaking as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial. Whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams. Her pleas. Her whispers. You took my friend from me. I don't feel like helping you anymore. We are not safe. Oh my god. News broke of Rose Cooper being found dead in her flat that evening before. The authorities classified the case as a homicide, possibly linked to the notorious Anselm Butcher, a mysterious serial killer who had committed brutal murders over the years and left their bodies with his signature phrase, "Help me." My god. I didn't expect... Oh my god, just imagining that she's gone is just... It's insanity! Oh my god, it's so quick, too! I mean, like, I expected her to die, but I mean, like, then it seemed like she was gonna be fine. My god! A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled-up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have. The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if to call me back to my sense of normalcy. Oh, God. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We're expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you. These are one of those typical days I'd happily comply and get myself to the office. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other hand, the place itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. We're gonna save, and we're gonna go to work. Hoping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it, you deal with it with a smile, no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore. I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but for me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to shoving. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way and make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely seen it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose left. On lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up for my work to know what it's about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he just shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet. But those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the Wainwright's papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. Oh my god. Wait, hold on there. I see you. You were not always there. You were not always there. Oh my god. Isabella Santos drowned herself with work the whole day to forget about the devastating news of her mentor's death. However, she ended up stumbling upon the mysterious disappearances of her other colleagues, and just when she realized something important. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. His name is Jeff from now on. Hello, Jeff. How you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. I'm just surviving. God, why did I do the Banshee voice for him? I don't know why. Rose likely does. Rose remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. Loud tapping on my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and the list of employees hired under BRC. I have a feeling it's all connected. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I'd remember those names anywhere. After all, they were all part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters. No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people, Rose, the letter!
I need to. No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up, but maybe there's a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them into my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cut sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left their printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I lost sight of the janitor minutes ago. With me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. Doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn on the ground. The paper tray has been left ajar. Sighing, I pick up each... Sighing, I pick each of it up to put someplace proper. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. Oh, fuck. Why? The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as the day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my beating as it raps through my gritted teeth. Before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of there, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Oh, no! As if hearing every... Okay, I'm saving! As if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veils of stillness that has descended into the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. I got my finger on the Z button, I'm ready! Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Why? It's her! Standing in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. Same person in the attic. As I step back, the pen I'm holding slips from my hand and... Oh! Her entire head turns. A scream almost escapes my mouth and I duck under the table. Why would you do that? Why would you not run? My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I was just complaining there weren't enough scary moments in the game, but now that I'm here, I want it back. Give me the happy atmosphere back. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks toward me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone, please save me! Anyone! God! Jesus! Buddha! Anyone! I will take... Well, not quite anyone. There are some gods I would not want to be saved by, but either way, someone! I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Why would you close your eyes? You're gonna be right in front of us, man! Please, please, please don't let her hear me! Success! Oh, I failed! Oh, I'm bad at this! Oh, I failed! I'm fucked. I'm dead. Good thing I saved.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
You're gonna die. I'm sorry, Isabella. I tried. I'm bad at this game.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
When the last lines of my prayer have left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps, nor those chilling sounds she makes. Only silence. Oh God, it's gonna be right there! It's gonna be right there! Is it safe? Another second passes, and when nothing comes... Oh no! What? Hi! Game over! Continue! Sure. Well, at least it let me continue right away. God, it's so much harder the second time. Oh, God damn it, why? Oh, I got it! Okay, good! Oh, God, I'm so bad at this! Oh, fuck, it gets harder and harder!
Our Father, who art in heaven.
We're just gonna skip this. Okay. We got this time! We got this, everybody! I got this! Two successes! I see the third one, right? Oh, I did it. The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. I also like that the ghost was also in a prayer stance, as though to mock me. Ugh. Well, is she gone? Slowly I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise! She stopped right in front of me. Fuck me. In the face of such terror, I can only beg. I let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live. What? What? No! Are you fucking kidding me? I just switched perspectives? I didn't know I was gonna do that! I thought I was gonna play the whole game as Isabella! Well... Well now... Okay... And now I have Hannah's profile. Hannah Wright, nee Evans. Oh, she's 31. She's 5'7". Oh, she's an heiress, a former finance manager. She's British. Religion is Anglican? I've never heard of that religion. I will have to look that up. Master's in Business Administration, major in accounting. Likes... I can't even read that word. Boulabas, dogs, fashion, parties and dancing, the beach, children, iconic women, charity, math. Strange. Of the Lux-born upper class, Hannah is used to living a life of luxury. Absent parents made her crave for attention, though, something she gained from her private tutors and nannies instead. It was never enough, however. She studied hard in order to make her parents proud, going into business so that she could work alongside them. The challenge in her otherwise privileged life was certainly a thrill for her at the very least. She had many suitors, dating different men and women. Oh, she's dated men and women. That's cool. But it was through that work that she met Luke. It was love at first sight for her. Upon her parents' death, Luke proposed to her. Well, that's a bit of a strange time to do that. That was the move that led to the merging of the Wainwright and Evans Incorporated and her subsequent retirement. Their 7-year marriage is strained, but Hannah tries her best to make it work. Interesting. Carrie, Luke is apparently the last person we're going to play as, but I did not expect to switch! I think that Isabel doesn't die because... I hope not, anyway. God, I don't know. I don't like that the game isn't telling me. We're just gonna save here. That's safe as ass Hannah. Okay, cool, I guess. It's far too easy to get them to pay attention, enraptured. They hang on to every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stiffening had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful. Some are hostile, if we are honest. And a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Hannah Wright!
Yes, that is me. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He's more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I am quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treat Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxbourne Police, his wife, Rochelle Le Nevance, owns a general electronics company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight. I see the husband isn't with you.
The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so. He would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I have been extricated from a few who flock in hopes of flattering, so I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regales to me tales of Luxbourne Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy was I wrong!
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the mutant chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
I know what he's talking about. There are only a few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermengarde Mansion?
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that. It'll be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
I love how they talk about it so nonchalantly. Well, just hire someone to do an exorcism. Yeah, because that's always a thing.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card right at... No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Oh, geez. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and already it feels cramped in here. Certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride the elevator up and down several floors before I get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Oh no. Oh, we've gone back several days. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. God, the letter is still there. Hannah Wright threw a party in the penthouse at the Cache. The city's most powerful were seen, including Chief Inspector Harvey Lee. I think he begins with an N, but I don't know. From him, the socialite heard of the Ermengarde Mansion's upcoming open house and of the interior designer Marianne McCullough. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is only on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
I love this guy's accent! It's a bad accent, but I love it! Johannes! Go, Johannes!
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
He did. Moaned about me being too loud and gave in after some pushing. Perhaps it was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But If it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear?
Just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. God, I want to get back to Isabel! I am not okay with the fact that we're not back to Isabel yet! Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not see eye to eye. Perhaps it's been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Now, sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly, any problem can be discussed, as long as she doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna defend myself because I'm a strong, independent woman.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opens and closes his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine?
No wine!
Unacceptable!
Unacceptable!
I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
She wears the pants in this relationship.
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Thank you, Johannes!
Whose side are you on?
He's trying to keep you alive. He's a good man. Good job, Johannes.
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
So, I'm shocked because I met the majority of the people that I know I'm going to be getting to know. Like, you know, in Isabella's thing. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I wasn't expecting to switch perspectives, man. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know how I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. A number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose Woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Oh, we are seeing her from the outside! It is weird to see her from the outside. I don't like seeing her from the outside. She looked better on the inside, not what I meant. You guys know what I meant, right? What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. It's Isabella. You can't even get it right in your mind. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale. Then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabella all right?
It is apparent, with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I am worried, but it will be best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even with that, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
She does so, just like Bridget did, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the fact in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke. Last, all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
I actually like Hannah! Hannah, whatever her name is, she doesn't seem like a shit person. She actually, she seemed kind of like a bitch earlier, but, it's not there anymore. She's not a bitch right now. It's wonderful. We need more moments like this.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes?
Yes!
Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I'm making her job easier for her, am I right? No, you see, I get what she's thinking. She's thinking, I'm making her job easier by not forcing her to show me the rest of the house. I just want to buy it. Problem is, there are procedures you have to go through, and she's rich, so she doesn't understand that. She thinks she's being considerate. She's trying to be considerate. I actually like her character now. My God, why do I like her character? I did not expect this. Luke's still kind of a dick. But, at least I like her. No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents worked. How long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend, even for just a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy right now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe,
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
I pause. There's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us, that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it's also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious, graceful. Luke, on the other hand, just wants a fucking helipad. Why does he want a helipad? I don't know why he wants a helipad. Apparently he wants a helipad.
Oh, wait, what, Luke? No. What? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
But when we have a helicopter! He likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. He throws me a wry smile. I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is the place that speaks of power and importance and, at the same time, safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have a family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything is absolutely wonderful, except for the house is fucking haunted! Ah! Oh my god, except for this ugly painting in the study. That's a no! Why? Why? I was not expecting you! Looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting. Make it go away! It looks like she's trying to get out!
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right, she's been waiting outside the study the whole time, hasn't she? Oh, is that what that painting is supposed to be? I hope not, that looks like a mirror. I need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out.
Johans, not Johannes. I knew that.
You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Make it go away! A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone! In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression. I knew it wasn't a painting! The fuck?
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand.
What?
Marianne,
No!
dear.
Why?
We are simply far too busy to meet up.
Okay, good. Question, very important question. Why would you not be concerned with that? I know you're rich, but you just saw a bloody lady in a mirror. Be more concerned with things. Perhaps I should free up my schedule, question the need for a meeting. I get to choose whether or not she's a bitch. I'm gonna choose for her not to be a bitch and free up my schedule.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Yay! I'm trying to improve relations with everyone, and I'm doing okay.
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority over a book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Yes, more lambs to the slaughter. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the Wright Mansion's grand debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
It's a date! Oh! I think it's a date. I think you... I get it. I like this. This is good.
All right. Monday. 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who's even awake at that unholy hour? Thank you, I fucking hate mornings. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went off off all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear, without outright saying it, that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
God, I love his voice. He's so good at this. I love it. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me nor spared me from his criticism.
You have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
He forgot about it last year, too. I understand that he's a busy man, but...
Is that why you want to buy it?
Yes, you don't like it?
I do, but I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Boughton Bay, Kent. I remember the sea. Water that stretched out for miles and miles as far as the eyes can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there were always sandcastles. There was always sandcastles.
Sandcastles.
The day before we married, I told Luke that I wanted a house on the beach and a dog. And a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical if you really think about it.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. Sick and hovering over the loo at 3 in the morning. The picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. A horribly fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the arid stench that fills the lavatory. Oh, she's one of those. I get it. Yeah, she's one of those people that looks thin because of the throwing up thing. God. I feel bad for her. I really do. High society must fucking suck. The burning sensation in the back of my throat is no help whatsoever. I can feel another wave of nausea coming up on me when the door opens.
Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed?
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
Oh, that's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Oh, so she wasn't doing it on purpose. She's genuinely sick. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. Last time I had a horrible morning retching into a toilet was during my college years before being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I had thrown away months to frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. I don't even retain any of the connections I had made from that time. That is a sad truth. That is a sad truth. Same thing happened to me. A lot of my friends in college I just don't keep up with anymore. It's sad. Sure, they still know of me, and I still know of them, and we do business from time to time. But I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. Hardly have any friends. Hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans. Teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack. Okay.
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting.
Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hair, even as I cough up more fish. He wipes the vomit from the corner of my mouth and just stares.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it?
Oh my god. He's not a... They're making these characters not complete assholes. Yeah, they're kind of rude and stuck-up high society people, but they're not the absolute scum of the earth.
I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
Oh, he starts chuckling, and soon enough, he's in a fit of laughter. Scene happening next to the loo. This scene happening next to a loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre, and it nearly makes me start giggling as well. I start to stifle it, though, as I smack him on the shoulder.
I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up.
When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat. I forget whatever ill feelings plague me. We are just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face. The little things in life. I let myself go because I know that these moments will not last forever. But if I just knew the terrible things that are about to come for us, I would have wished for everything I have then, and then that laughter stayed. Oh, wait, Wednesday the 26th?
Up, higher, come on now.
26! 26! 26! But, that happened on the 24th! 2 days! Is my favorite person okay? Is Isabella okay? You're not helping, game! This place is bustling with movers carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African Blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's Emma No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
You do not manhandle a Napoleon Babueva! I don't know why that's so amusing to me. Oh, that's so wonderful. I love it. I can see the exasperation. I have to send the foreman an apologetic glance. Even Johans rolls his eyes as he goes by. See, it's always been Johans. I've known that. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johans and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing the gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of place, one little thing that doesn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let Johans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
I love you, Johans! You are not new best boy, but you are quickly approaching best boy territory. Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs into our bedroom. Oh, that's a nice room. This place has been arranged first so that we can get some rest, no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. I'm definitely glad I can just lie down on a soft, comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting this move done is tiring all on its own. And to think, I have a whole day of this ahead of me. I feel the bedside dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often. Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True, true. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
Fuck you, lady! Cats are the best! I'm sorry for my outburst. Not really. I'm not really that sorry.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess. I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute.
You're a tiny puppy that never grows up. That's a horrible thing when I say it out loud, but it's true.
If you think about it, a cat would be better.
It's not always that we can just lie down and talk about these sort of things. To joke around as if we're teenagers again, with very little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. To hear his genuine, honest-to-goodness laughter is a rarity. Oh, I actually like this part. This part's pretty good. This is just the second time as of late, and I can only see it as signs of good things to come.
All good points. I guess we could just have kids. That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes. I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. I didn't say that I am a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
Oh, what should I do? This seems like a bad choice no matter what I pick. Apologize for bringing it up, or you'll be a great father. You'll be a great father.
Kylie likes you well enough.
Oh, good! That was the best choice! Good! That was good. Kylie likes you well enough. Who's Kylie? The mention of our little goddaughter places a conflicted look on his face. Sometimes it is cute when he denies having a soft spot for the little girl. Then, sometimes it's sad. Makes me wonder what happened to make him think so poorly of himself in this regard.
Yes, well, it's Kylie. The tyke likes everybody and, on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great. But if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day. Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
Yes, I have babysat for friends recently, and yes. I have never heard him talk about his father in anything but a business context. I recall Damien Wright, kept hearing about him from my own father, even before I met Luke. The business world praised him for running a tight ship, all until one mistake led to a gross loss for the enterprise. It was then that news of Luke Wright, a prodigy son and successor to the old man, started to show up. He aided in its recovery and grew up until the Great Recession. I'm getting a bit off track. Regardless, I have never heard him talk about his father like one would talk about family.
I think you'll be a great father.
Oh, there's a smile, no matter how half-hearted it may be. I do really think that. He might not be a good, honest man. A part of me knows that, though I try to silence it. But I know Luke well enough that he will be a better father than either Damien Wright or Henry Evans. I love my father, but he never had time for me.
If it is any consolation, I think you'd be a decent mother.
On the other hand, I'd never heard of his mother. A silence settles, both comfortable and uncomfortable. There is familiarity in each other's company despite the awkwardness that had transpired. Defenses and masks down without anybody else looking, we are both together and alone in this quiet. Oh, but a crash from downstairs startles both of us out of our reverie! Luke lets out a heavy sigh before coming up to his feet and straightening his jacket.
I'll have to attend to that then.
Be good, darling, and watch out for your blood pressure.
He gives me a kiss on the cheek before leaving, while I lay there in a daze. Oh, that was nice. Why? Oh, nice little children's. That's a letter thingy. The Wright couple moved to their newly bought mansion today and was already preparing for a housewarming party. During a short break, the couple had a brief discussion about children. Luke didn't sound too welcoming of the idea. What's new here? Oh, the happy anniversary thing. Okay, yeah, nothing huge here. That's fine. I just wanted to get that new thing out of the way. Alone, as per usual. I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me just lying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I have rolled over to lie on my stomach at this point with my face buried in pillows when there's a knock at the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work as a voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Wait, is that today? Ah, yes. People had caught wind of our new mansion at the very moment we left the open house. Luke had boasted he had acquired the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for Interior Design magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications, but it took longer than it usually does for us.
In a minute, Hansi.
Your Highness, if you could at least make it through the end.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
I'm guessing that the photographer is gonna be Zach. Oh, God, it better be. Mansion grounds have been one of the first things to be fixed up, aside from the bedroom. Although it's still a work in progress, it had a promising start, and I can already see the flower patches. Luke's favored daffodils stand out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftops of our penthouse. Why, if the moving crew thought Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the skyscraper on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seemed ready to kill him by the end of their discussion. I knew it! It is Zach! It's in the garden that I see him standing near the flowers in quiet admiration. He is hard to miss. The hulk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look much larger. It is a particular sight, seeing someone who looks like he does handling little delicate things with such care. He looks up from the gardens and does a double take before a friendly face replaces his serene expression.
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am. Hope you weren't waiting too long. But it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
The one and only. Welcome to Maison de Wright. And yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed. But it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product. Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah, if I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Alrighty then. Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright. Hannah.
I don't like this place. Monsieur le photographe. And let's see. I think that's probably a good place to cut it for now. Even though we can clearly hear like the pictures and the going on in the background. But either way, thank you everybody so much for watching. Appreciate you being here with me. God, I don't want to rush through this. I really don't. But I have to know if Isabella is okay. She has 5 names. Did I say her name? Did I say the full name in this episode? I don't know if I did. We're going to say it anyway. Maria Isabella Gracia Cruz Santos. She better be fucking alive or I will be pissed. Okay, so next time we're going to get further into this mystery. And yeah, that did not look like a painting to me. It looked like I realize now that, like, oh, that mirror I mentioned, yeah, it had the crazy ghost lady in it. So yeah, everything is bad, everything is horrible, but hopefully we will survive long enough to find out what happened to Isabella. So, thanks again, and until next time, have yourselves a beautiful day, my beautiful, beautiful viewers.